friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using Lawn Fawn's Fairy Friends and Happy Harvest, and I'll also be using the Nitpicky Fall 6x6 pattern paper pad. So I stamped my images out on some Copic friendly cardstock with Memento Tuxedo black ink, since I'll be coloring with my Copic markers today. And I'm going to be starting with my fairy. So for her skin, I'm going to use E53 and E55. I'm laying in the E55 in all the shadowed areas and then blending out with the E53. Then I'm going to add a little R20 to give her some rosy cheeks. I'm going to make her a brunette, so for her hair I'm using E44, E47, and E49. I'm starting with my lightest shade, the E44, and just coloring it all in. I like to do hair a little bit different than I do the rest of the coloring. Then I'm going to come in with the next darkest shade, the E47, and flick in some different strands so she has some highlights and lowlights. And I'll do the same with the E49. And then I'll go back to my E44 and add a few more flicks to soften that up and just integrate it all together. While I have those markers out, I'm going to color anything else that I want to be brown. So I'm doing the center of my sunflower, starting by doing a little backwards C on the right hand side with the E49 and then blending to the left with the other two shades. I'm also going to color in the little top of my pumpkin, the stem with the E44, and I'll also use those same three shades on the door. So I'm going to put the E49 down toward the bottom, so that will be this shadowed area, and then I'll blend upward where the sun would be overhead with the other two shades, ending with that E44 for the lightest. And I went ahead and colored right over the doorknob since that was the easiest way, and then I'm just going back with my colorless blender and pushing that color aside to make it a little bit lighter. I'm going to use E40, E41, and E43 for my fairy house, and this time I'm putting my shadows up at the top because that flower that's making up the roof is overhanging, so it would definitely cast a shadow. I'm also going to add a little bit of shadow next to the window to accentuate that, and also on the stone hearth in front of the door. Then I'm going to blend down with the E41 and finish up with the E40 down at the bottom, just making sure I have a nice soft blend. And then I'm going to come back in with my E43 and add a couple of little swipes for bricks. I just thought it would be a fun little detail to add. So I have 3 on each side, and then I'm also going to add in just a couple with that E41 as well. Since this is going to be a fall card, I wanted to have some golden yellow tones spread throughout the scene. So for those I'm using Y11, Y13, Y15, and Y17. Starting with the Y17, and I added some to the fairy's dress and to the lights in the lantern and the window, and also to the back petals of the sunflower. Then I'm blending that out with the Y15. I'm going to fill in the back petals of the sunflower with that, and then add a little bit to the centers of the front petals as well. Then I'll add the Y13 also to the fairy's dress. I'm going to save a little bit of room on the front of her dress for a highlight, but I'm going to fill in the sunflower completely with the Y13 because I want it to be just a little bit darker. But then I will add the Y11 to finish off the fairy's dress. So I have a real high contrast on that, and I'll add a little bit to the lantern as well. For the flower petals on the roof, I'm going to use R11, R12, and R20. These are pinks that have a peach undertone, so they're going to go well with our fall color palette. So I started with the R20 up at the top, and I'm blending down with the R12 and finishing with the R11 as the highlight, since they're kind of sloped outward so they would catch the most sun. There wasn't quite enough contrast for me, so I decided to do a double layer and add that R20 back in for the darkest. and then I'm going to blend out with my other two shades. I'm just not going to bring it down all the way so that it stays nice and soft at the tips. For my greens, I'm using G20, G21, and G24. I'm going to add some G24 onto the top of my flower stem on the roof, and also to my flower stem for the sunflower. And then I'll blend out with the G21 on both of those. And then the G20 is going to be my highlight. I'm going to scrub over the edge of that G21 since the G20 is much lighter, but it makes a really nice soft blend. And then I'm going to move on to my pumpkin. For that I'm using YR04, YR07, and YR09. I outlined the different little sections with the YR09 and added a little bit of shading at the bottom. And then I'm blending out with the YR07 and finishing with the YR04. And then for the fairy's wings and the glass of the lantern, I'm using BG70 and BG72. Just a little bit of that BG72 so that there's some contrast, and then I'm going to blend that out really well with the BG70. It's a very pale blue that is almost white. It fades really into hardly anything. It's just so pale and soft, which is why it works great for fairy wings. And now I'll just trim these out with the matching dies. For my background, I've cut down a piece of Bristol Smooth Surface cardstock with the Lawn Fawn Stitch Circle Stackables die, and I'm going to use 3 shades of Distress ink. I've got Milled Lavender, Shaded Lilac, and Bundled Sage. So I want to make like a twilight sky. So I'm using the Milled Lavender first and blending some of that onto my panel. It's really soft on camera. It's a little bit darker in person. Then I'm going to bring in some of the Shaded Lilac, which has a little bit more of a blue tone to it. So I'm going to blend that on up at the top so it can be like the night is falling. I'll pull back and just add a little bit more intensity right around the outside rim to really accentuate those stitching lines. Then I'll grab my first tool that had the Milled Lavender on it and just add a little bit more to soften up the transition. Then I'll blend on some of the Bundled Sage down at the bottom, which is a nice dusty green, so it's going to go really well with the shades of purple that we've used, and it's really going to look like a night sky since it's kind of like a desaturated shade. I'll grab my Tim Holtz Distress Sprayer and give that a few little spritzes. Let that soak into the paper for just a few seconds, and then I'll blot that up with a paper towel and set this aside to dry. Once that has dried completely, I'm going to bring in my images and begin adhering those down. I'll be using some liquid glue and some foam tape just to have a little bit of different dimension on the panel. The liquid glue that I'm using is the Lawn Fawn glue tube, which I do like because it has a really fine tipped nozzle, so you get a really thin bead of glue that works great for small little die cuts like the stem of my sunflower. Also, I like to use liquid glue because you're able to shift things as needed in the couple of seconds you have until it dries. So I added the stem of the sunflower with liquid glue, but the top I'm adding with some foam tape for some dimension. I'm also going to add my little pumpkin with some foam tape. And by the way, the cornstalk and the curlicue were stamped with Lawn Fawn's jalapeno ink. I'm going to add my fairy to the top right of my little circle panel, and then I'll give her the lantern to hold. I didn't have her placed quite right the first time, so I just went ahead and adjusted her a little bit higher and then added the lantern back into her hand. Once I'm happy with the placement of everything, I'm going to pop that panel into my MISTI and stamp my sentiment. And I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I did go ahead and curve my sentiment to match the circle edge. And then while I have my MISTI out, I'm also going to stamp on the inside of my card. I'm using Lawn Fawn's Fresh Lavender ink, and I'm using the You're Amazing sentiment, as well as one of the crows and the little ear of corn. I decided to switch the pattern paper that I was using, so now I'm going to be using Kaiser Crafts Hide and Seek because my coloring just didn't end up matching the one that I had originally. It was a little bit more of a muted color scheme, didn't match the bright colors of the Nitpicky pattern paper. So I just cut everything down to size. The navy floral is going to cover the entire card base, so it is an A2 size card, 5.5 by 4.25. And then the kind of pink stripe, I just trimmed a little bit shorter so it would have a little bit of the navy on either side. And then I also have a text print that's kind of like a gray tone, so that's going to go well with the colors of the background that we have on the focal panel. So I adhered the focal panel to the text print with some foam tape, and then I'm adding some liquid glue to the back of the text print, and then I'll just line that up how I want it on the card and press that down into place. For some final embellishment, I decided to add a few sequins to the card, so I'm adding some Ranger Multimedia Matte directly to the focal panel. Then I'm going to pick up the sequins with my pick-me-up tool and just set them down into the glue. I find that's the easiest way to adhere them. So I started with 3 at the top, and then I decided to add one more down toward the bottom right above the sentiment. And you can't have a fairy card without some glitter, so I decided to add a little bit of crystal stickles to the fairy's wings, and then I'll also add some into the lantern, so that has a nice little glow to it. And I added some to the little window of the fairy cottage as well. And then I decided to add some little sparkles into the sky as well, so there's just a little bit of, you know, that magic hour happening. And then for even more glitz, I'm going to fill in the holes of my sequins using some Dusty Concord stickles. So I'm just adding a little dot of that, but I'll add a little bit more of that purple onto the card. I will adjust any sequins that got pulled up from the stickles, and that is going to complete my card for today. I'm going to hold that up to the camera so you can see all that sparkle and shine. And I'll give you another peek at the inside as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this different take on a fairy card. They're not just for spring, you can have fall fairies as well. If you did like the video, you can support my channel by hitting that thumbs up button and subscribing. It really helps me out. It lets YouTube know that you're interested in more videos like this. So speaking of more videos, here's 2 extra that I thought you might also be interested in. So if you'd like to keep watching, go ahead and click on one of these links. And thank you guys so much again. So I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.